My dear children, welcome to the accountancy class. Today, in this session, we are going to calculate the amount of closing capital. Let me ask one question. My dear children, what is meant by closing capital? Yes, closing capital is the amount of the capital at the end of the accounting period. There are two methods for calculating the amount of closing capital. The first method is adding the amount of opening capital with the amount of net profit and subtract the amount of drawings and interest on drawings from the net amount. If there is any additional capital introduced, add that amount with the net amount, and if there is any adjustments for charging interest on capital, add that interest on capital amount with the net amount. The net amount will be closing capital. This is the first method. Then second method is by preparing statement of affairs. As we know, statement of affairs is a statement which is prepared to calculate the amount of capital. If we are preparing the statement of affairs with the balance of opening assets and liabilities, the net amount will be opening capital. If I are preparing statement of affairs by taking the closing balances of various assets and liabilities, the net balance will be closing capital. Now we are going to solve one problem. Following information is given below. Calculate the amount of closing capital. The available details are the various opening and closing balances of various assets and liabilities given. The first thing is opening balance of creditors, bills payable, loan, bill receivable, stock, cash of 2000 is given. Then another information is closing balances, that is balance as on 31st March 2017, closing balance of creditors, bills payable, loan, bill receivable, stock and cash given. Here the question is to calculate the amount of closing capital. For calculating the amount of closing capital, there is no need to prepare opening statement of affairs. What is the reason? By preparing the opening statement of affairs, we will get opening capital. We need only the amount of closing capital. For that purpose, we are going to prepare the statement of affairs as on 31st March 2017. First step is to draw the format of statement of affairs. Statement of affairs is just like a balance sheet. Right side shows all the assets and the left side shows all the liabilities. In this problem, creditor is an example for liability. So, transfer the amount of creditors of rupees 30,000 and loan of 50,000 on the debit side, on the liability side. Then there is an asset of bill receivable, stock and cash. Transfer that amount on the asset side of the statement of affairs. Then find out the net amount. The balancing figure will be the closing capital. Then let me ask one question. Based on with the help of this information, how can you calculate the amount of profit or loss? Suppose the additional capital of 1 lakh given and drawings of 60,000 also given. How can you calculate the amount of net profit? For calculating the amount of net profit, first we want to prepare opening statement of affairs. The first thing is to draw opening statement of affairs. Then transfer the amount of creditors, bills payable on the liability side, 5,000 and 10,000, and transfer the amount of bill receivable, stock, cash on the asset side. Then asset side there is a total of 37,000. Debit side there is a balance of 15,000. The net balance will be the opening capital. In the same way, we want to prepare closing statement of affairs. On the credit side, enter the amount of on the liability side, enter the amount of creditors of 30,000, then loan of 50,000. There is a total of 80,000 on the liability side. Then asset side, bill receivable of 50,000, stock of 30,000, cash of 20,000. There is a total of 1 lakh on the asset side. Liability side, there is a total of 80,000. The net amount will be 20,000. That is the closing capital. With the help of this information, that is closing capital, opening capital, drawings and additional capital introduced, we are going to prepare statement showing the calculation of net profit. First step is to enter the amount of closing capital, then deduct opening capital, then deduct additional capital of 1 lakh. Then another information is drawings given, drawings of 60,000, and that 60,000 with the net amount. After adding the amount of drawings, you will get the amount of net profit. It may be profit or loss. My dear children, the important steps for calculating the amount of net profit are: first, we want to prepare statement of affairs. Second, we want to prepare closing statement of affairs. Then after preparing opening statement of affairs and closing statement of affairs, we will get opening capital amount and closing capital amount. Then next step is to prepare the statement showing the calculation of net profit. In that statement, first we want to write closing capital, then subtract opening capital, subtract additional capital, and add drawings. Sometimes there may be interest on drawings. Add that amount. Then if there is any interest on capital, deduct that amount. The net balance will be opening capital. Net balance will be net profit or net loss. These are the important steps to be followed for calculating the amount of net profit or net loss. Thank you.